It is overpass, as we can see.
Oh, we've got a disco music, Dan. We've got a disco music. So, Astralis versus fnatic in a best of 3. We have 15 seconds left on the clock before we kick this one off. fnatic will want to be dictating the pace, as you said, Dan, and just imposing their will. We'll see if Astralis are able to stop them. They are a team who are quite well versed on overpass. It is a choice of Astralis. So we'll see what they have to offer on their CT side. Obviously, Device is quite notorious for how dangerous he is on this map. Picking up the AWP, dedicated to that now. We'll see if he can put a stop to JW and his team's shenanigans.
All right, here we go. The pistol round is about to start, and what do we see, James? We've already got a few grenades there on Flusher and Molotov, couple flashbangs, and well, we might have, I think, a technical pause already. There's a timeout that we saw being called there, but either way, things will kick off for at least the first round.
So we see Astralis with numbers towards the toilets area. They're playing deep at the moment, looking to see what fnatic have to offer. They have the option for a fast flank if the T's are to move into B, but for the most part, we see fnatic taking over the party area. Device is caught rotating, but he's going to shoot Olofmeister straight in the face. Can Dennis come in for a bit of a trade here? No, the CT's going to move back now and play on their advantage.
Yeah, I think Flusher actually spotted that there wasn't much going on in B, but now he's going to fall back. He's going to be smoked off by the CTs as well, who are playing retake on B, which is a pretty standard way to approach this one on this map. It's much, much harder to retake into the A-bomb site, and you can see now Device could get some nice taps here with the USP as the fnatic players start to shuffle on over. All 4 players showing themselves. Device just, look at that, sidestep the tap, so calm. Another one for Device, looking for the third. There is JW, last man standing here for the Swedish side, and Carrigan will silence him with that Glock. First round will go to the Danes.
Very nice play by the CTs. And they had good help from Zipex, even though he was on the B site, because he was in the short B area. And that gives you audio, that allows you to hear the T's if they're running along the toilet. So I was watching his perspective on our third computer here. And he was definitely feeding information to his team, allowed them to stack the A site, and they shut them down. And that gives you audio, that allows you to hear the T's if they're running along the toilet. So I was watching his perspective on our third computer here. And he was definitely feeding information to his team, allowed them to stack the A site.
The reason for that?
I can hear myself, Dan.
I can hear myself too.
I wasn't going to try and cuss while that was going on, so I would have been speaking in French. There is a chap with a big orange Device sign in the crowds. We need some more cheerleading from him, though. Over there. Where's the cheerleading at? Come on. That's what I'm talking about. We got Dev and Ice. Hopefully it becomes Device a bit later on, you know. Maybe we can get that man some tape and he can make it 1 name instead of 2.
Nice. Well, one player we just saw a shot of there, JW. I'm looking to see some big things from him. He's one of the players that can really throw a really good, stable team like Astralis just off the mark, because he's so crazy, James. He does complete madness. It's complete madness with JW. But this guy will have the shotgun out on Olofmeister.
Big popper pump is in play. Making his way through connector, but nobody's going to be playing the close quarters with the fnatic players in the connector. Olofmeister's going to be searching for a friend, but nobody's swiping left at.
Absolutely not. And fnatic, they've got control of quite a lot of the map at the moment, just pretty quickly too. I mean, Astralis realize what's up. They're going to play the ranges, as they know there's very likely going to be some Tech 9s and some pistols in play, so they want to make sure they can use the advantage of those rifles, and they don't really care too much about having a warning as to which site it's going to be. Here we go, starting to see some nades get thrown here. Dupree trying to get some info by the toilets, but he can't spot too much just yet.
Speaking of info, Flush has made his way into the B-bomb site, trying to get a bit of a deagle engagement there, but he's going to back off and rotate, maybe trying to bait the CTs to move into B, as his team seem to be headed towards A. There isn't much info on the Astralis team in terms of B at the moment, because they're not playing short B, obviously not wanting to make those pistols stronger by closing the distance. Speaking of closing the distance, fnatic are slowly emerging through the toilets then.
Yeah, and Astralis have 3 players on the site, so this should be a pretty decent defense for Astralis if they can use those rifles. Well, they're actually pretty much out of grenades. They've only got a couple flashbangs left, so they're going to have to do it with the raw aim battles, generally speaking. And Olofmeister with that shotgun. I'm not sure if he's going to really get any good engagements. We'll have to see, as now we start to have a few altercations as the assault has commenced into the A-bomb site. Device opens up with the first defensive frag, but they're getting really close here, a bit too close for comfort, but KGB and Device are going to send them packing. Just Flusher with the deagle for a bit of damage right at the end, but 2 frags going the way of fnatic. That's something that Astralis are okay with.
Absolutely. The MP9 gets swapped out for a fallen M4, so there's not much money lost for the Astralis side just yet. So far, so good. On the CT side, fnatic with around $2,000 in the bank are going to be on an eco. I think they will have not much to offer other than Glocks in this round. Perhaps a bit of money will be spent on the flashbang to try and get a plant. Flash has gone for a P250. Other than that, they're going to leave. Spawn, so we can't expect much from them in this round. Bomb is not going to be rushing towards B. In fact, it's going over towards the slide area, so they're a bit spread out. We've got Flusher quickly taking short B. Again, Astralis playing the anti-eco strategy. Going to be as far away from these players as they can to abuse their rifles.
And Device is going to be trying to make some paper in the underparts area, but that's actually not going to work out. Somehow JW gets a kill there. Just a Glock. Pretty insane. And Dupree going to spot a couple of players here towards the toilets, trying to go for the challenge here, but Dupree is on point. Wow, sending JW straight down the stairs from where he came. It's just Flusher left over. He's able to get a sneaky frag here, almost another one as well. That's pretty dangerous right there, but Astralis will survive the round, losing only 2 players in the end.
All the headshots. Closed casket funerals for fnatic in that round. Perhaps Device got a bit greedy there, pushing on an eco. We saw what can happen with that with Dozier on Mirage, and fortunately for his team, there was not that much damage done. Device, of course, going to the AWP now. JW will have an AWP as well, but he doesn't have any armor. He's running around naked, Dan.
I'm quite curious on how his timing is going to work out. Or is he just going to be holding some angles initially? Looks like he's going to go down into the underpass area towards that connector. Scope up there. Look at this push though coming in from Astralis. Really aggressive here. 3 men, all with their attention deep towards the party area and the playground. And then falling back. So again, a lot of info early in the round, but they did expend quite a few grenades. And as we see this, fnatic can go straight for the B push. No messing around, straight into the bomb site. And this is going to be pretty tough to hold if fnatic's shots are on point right now. But KGB still by the barrels. He doesn't mean Molotov'd away. They have to try to get past him somehow. The smoke, the team smoke is going to help him get out of position. And fnatic still aren't really on the bomb site. They're still not on a plant. There's 4 players from Astralis ready to defend on this area now.
There's still no frags for the fnatic side. JW is holding the flank through connector. Device is moving back to CT spawn. So the site has been split in half and fnatic have lost 2 men, which means JW can't afford to hold the angle anymore. He's got to come in and try and support his team with the AWP as well. Perhaps he can get something done here. But Astralis is still holding formation. They're almost in their Zipex special in the CT side of the water. Just waiting and waiting and starting to rotate away from B just in case there's a plant coming on A. But indeed, Flush is going to get a plant on the smoke unless Carrigan can stop him. No, he's going to get a plant down to 8 HP and he gets a frag onto Carrigan. Lots of trades coming in now, but they're all going the way of Astralis. JW is the only man remaining, and it looks like he might try and save his AWP. We'll have to see if he's going to try and do what he can to save. No diffuse coming in just yet, and indeed he's going to hold the angle. Down goes Device, seemingly has no idea where JW was. No nade for the CTs left. There's only 1 remaining. Zipex. Can JW clutches for his team? It's really awkward for Zipex, but JW's got to go for a fast crouch pick. Misses a shot. That could have gone either way. Astralis will hold.
What a beast JW is, man. That is what we're talking about right there. Those shots were on point. Going for the no-scope right at the end, so close, almost picking that one up. But the damage that they accrued, and if you look at the position that the team was in, for JW to have to try to clutch it in this way, man, fnatic did not have a good start to that push, to be honest. I mean, there weren't many grenades being used either. They really struggled getting in there, but JW, he made that worth it. He secured the bomb plant for the team with Flusher, and he got an extra 3 or 4 kills out of it. So Astralis' money now is really on the ropes.
Going back to the beginning of that round, the CT threw a smoke which goes to the CT side of Monster, and Olofmeister just walked to it and dropped a flashbang, which is something I've mentioned about. That's so abusable, the smoke in that position. And he managed to flash both plays, but again, they got no frags, so it was a nice hold for Astralis. There were no frags for either side for such a long time. Not very often you see that. So Zipex has taken a bit of damage now. He's down to 70 HP. Lots of nades remaining on the Astralis side. He's going to be doing a bit of wall banging towards the connector position at the moment.
Yeah, a big problem for fnatic is they don't really have any grenades. They've got 2 grenades left on Flusher, that's it. Oh no, sorry, there's a smoke on JW as well. And the cool thing with the damage that JW did in the last round is that actually if fnatic win this round, then Astralis have to save already, which is a really big deal. So let's see what fnatic create to try to do that. Again, not much utility. They're going to have to get it done with the rifles, just the pure shots. And You can see they're starting to put some pressure in towards the B bomb site right now. Astralis not overreacting, he's not really over-rotating, and Zipex is going to take down Dennis. Olofmeister diving straight into the water. They're able to take one frag back onto Zipex, but still Astralis looking fairly strong here at the moment, just lining up the players long range with these rifles. The AWP, Crim's coming in with a quick headshot. But what else can he get done here? It's a very awkward position, and the bomb is now down in no man's land. Crims is not in for a good time, and there is a flank at play as well. He's trying to just work his way onto this first kill, and there it is. Device goes down. 2 more players to find now. As Crims very methodical. Another battle won. What is this that we're seeing now? Crims could make this happen here for Fnatic. 15 seconds to go. And we'll get a rotation coming in from dupreeh. Will Crims guess right as the bomb goes down? Extra money secured for the team, but he can't win it in time. Great play coming out from dupreeh. He'll get the defuse, and Astralis will hang on once again, but these rounds are very expensive. And due to the bomb plant, Fnatic will be able to fall by this round. The pressure will not end for Astralis.
Colossal damage done by Crims. He only had 4 bullets left to try and finish last man off, but again, we'll see these strains on the CET economy. Fnatic are just waiting for that 1 round. Astralis only, they have 5, it's a 5-0, but it's still very early on, so this could end up in favor of Fnatic if they can finally break that CET economy. They've got another buy thanks to that plant. 5 AKs, lots of nades, much more than they had in the previous round, and Astralis can say the same, but you can see the strains, Karrigan with the FAMAS rather than an M4. The device supports, importantly, will be back on the AWP. Astralis have done a good job of holding angles together as a team, even when they've lost a few numbers, although Crim still savaged them in that round.
And we actually have another aggressive play coming in from Astralis. They've got a very, very deep position on Karrigan. He's straight in the playground area. So Astralis, they can essentially deduce exactly where more or less everyone from Fnatic is. They've got so much of the map at the moment. And it's going to be interesting to see how Fnatic will actually handle the situation, if they're going to expand back out or if they're just going to try to hit the B bomb site. But if they go for the B hit, the flank will hit them very quickly, and that's dangerous.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Olofmeister heard dupreeh running away from the top of connector. Either way, they don't have the map control, and they're going to come in for the push. Flashes, another fast push from Fnatic. Counter flashes coming in. The monster players are completely stuck. KGB with 3, dupreeh coming in for the 4th. Dennis is alone. Can he get some damage into the CT side? He's only going to get the 1 frag, and Astralis have a solid hold. Much needed money for the CT team. 6-0, Fnatic yet to make the scoreboard.
Yeah, and the big problem here again is the information. You know, Fnatic there, essentially giving up so much of the map at the beginning, allow Astralis just to go for these 3-man pushes down A long and towards the party area, so they can get all the information. And then they expect what's happening. They can set up the flanks early on. They know not to waste too many grenades at the wrong moments. And Astralis at every point are in control of the map. So Fnatic, hopefully in the next buy rounds, we're going to see them try to take more map control and then do a delayed execute if that's what they really want to do. Oh, there we go. Quick push from Device. We'll find a frag there. Of course, Fnatic finally on a quasi-buy. Just some pistols, some deeks. 3 deeks left, though, James.
3 deeks remain. You saw they had a different approach, putting most of the bodies towards A, but most of the bodies have been jettisoned into the sun already. There goes JW as well. So we have Crims and Dennis. They have control of the bomb. And you can see Astralis start to back up now. They don't need to overextend and give away kills in isolation. Although Crim seems to have a serious problem with these players, Dan. And he's repeatedly shooting them in the face, no matter how limited his utility is. Both these T players do have armor. That gun's going to be a bit far away for them to try and retrieve, and these Astralis players will definitely be looking to protect it. So the question is, can they get any more Juan Deegs?
They give me those juicy deagle frags. Well, it's not to be for Dennis, but Crims, he's been certainly pretty menacing with this one. Quick smoke in, let's see what play he can make with this. Just needs to get another kill here. That would make the round worth it for Fnatic to keep the pressure on that economy of Astralis. And Crims is just going to go forth, and he will meet his demise.
We saw at the end there he was trying to bait a trade fragger to peek him by firing a shot and quickly looking into toilet. So smart play by him, but again, Astralis, nerves of steel, just going to hold and wait for him to serve himself up.
Yeah, they're so focused right now. This is really the start to this series that they needed. Right now, Fnatic, as we mentioned, they picked the T side. They wanted to try to go in and impose themselves, their will onto the map, direct everything. But it's actually Astralis so far with their information plays that have had them essentially 1 foot ahead of fnatic at every turn.
JW has once again AWP, no armor. He's going to be the connector man. So if there is a push towards B, etc., he can hold an angle, a tight angle towards the door and try and take some CTs by surprise. But they are not going to give him the opportunities for the time being. So after the savage aggression in the previous round, where Astralis held steadfastly, in previous 2 rounds in fact, they're going to show themselves up close and then move back with a 2-man rotation towards long. It's going to take fnatic a while to clear these areas, make sure nobody's around party, nobody's in the close toilets. And while they do that, Astralis will perhaps... You can see Dupree is just facing the wall on long in case his teammate gets flashed, so he can turn around and try and trade worst case scenario.
Yeah, it's really annoying for Fnatic when Astralis have these aggressive smokes, and it takes them... I mean, they have to be diligent, they have to be methodical and clear every single spot, because there could be an aggressive setup almost anywhere. And so far, Fnatic, they've taken their sweet time in doing so, but they've cleared a lot of spots. They're getting closer and closer to the setup towards A that Astralis are currently holding. And it is quite a devious setup, I must say.
Well, speaking of A, Zipex is starting to rotate away from the B bomb site into A, but with Flusher having control of short B, they may have a read. Is his team going to rotate? They are, looks like they're going for a smoke execute, but they could easily rotate afterwards. Karrigan coming in from the back, though, could put a stop to all their plans. Flusher coming up now, he's going to get shot in the face. Surely, Karrigan finds the angle. This might slow Flusher and his teammates. Crimson gets a frag, though. Are they going to proceed? Because Astralis know what they're up to.
Yeah, a really big push coming off of that. The first frag being the cue to go for it, but look at this, 3 frags going the way of Astralis. It's definitely a great result for the Danes now, as it's just Crims remaining, and Dupree will silence him right at the end. And even though Karrigan wasn't able to get the frags, that information and the fact that he did some damage, and then Fnatic felt like, oh god, they figured it out, we have to go now. Again, once, you know, Astralis just being one step ahead in that sense. There are a lot of animals on the Astralis.
They're far too cuddly for a game such as this, Dan. I don't know. I don't agree with them. We should take them away. So we have a timeout here from Fnatic. They have the money to go for a full AK buy in the following rounds. The most on their team is Crims of 48.50 in the bank. So they're going to be discussing what is going wrong here. We're getting into places we want to on some occasions. For example, the T side, if you will, of the B bomb site. But then we're not getting the frags. We're just not making connections with the faces until later on in the round. It's going down to the last 1 or 2 Astralis players, but they've come out on top 8 times out of 8.
I mean, if you think about what hasn't happened, which tends to typically happen on a map like this, is, you know, you have a T side slowly trying to take map control on either side of the map, and usually a T side will be able to have opportunity at least to get a frag at least, you know, towards the toilets or A long or something like that. So you can at least have a man advantage, or even a 4 versus 4 situation where you play for the trade, and then it's much easier to kind of figure out how to play the round. But what's happening repeatedly is Fnatic get into this spot where they're hitting a bomb site when there's pretty much 5 guys left for Astralis, and they have enough nades, and they all have their setups intact, and they know what's going to be coming already, and they're just there to deal with it. So it seems like Fnatic need to engineer an advantage before they hit a site.
So Astralis have all their items already. Looking at their bank, 3 of their players are around 3,000. KGB and Device are on around 6K. So it's still possible for the Ts to break the CTs, but they may need 2 consecutive rounds to do so. And then who knows, 8-7 is still possible there.
Absolutely, especially on this map, especially if you can break the economy of the opposition. And as far as Astralis' economy, despite winning 8 rounds in a row, it's actually not amazing. It's the most rich player is on 6K, but it ranges from 3K to 6K. So it's somewhat fragile. And I'm definitely curious to see if Fnatic are going to be able to get one of those early round picks. And due to the fact that Astralis are playing aggressively towards the A side of the map at the start, there are opportunities to do so. But the problem is that the grenades, the smoke setups that they're using aggressively at the start are actually pretty sick. It's quite kind of hard to break through those if you've never seen them before.
So you saw Dupree had a bit of paper next to him. I wonder if that's relating to his role in certain executes. Or maybe he just likes a bit of scripture, who knows. 8-0, we'll see if Fnatic can get their first round on the board. Things looking good in the hood for Astralis at present. Fnatic don't have many nades with them. And we're seeing some more aggression now from the CTs, taking the connector area, but JW's having none of it. Finally, he has some friends down. He swiped left, but this quickly got banned from the server.
Yeah, this is exactly what Fnatic wanted to see, of course. That's not just a 1-man advantage, that's a 2-man advantage now due to Astralis' aggression. And Fnatic do have a good record of securing victories after their timeouts. And Zipex is going to go in, try to turn the tables here, and he's going to find Crims. Crims has been on point with the AK. Now the push will commence, but what is Cajun going to do? He's against 3 or 4 players. He's got no help, and Dennis will execute him. Device with that AWP, there's really not all that much he can do with it. He realizes that, especially considering how many grenades are left on Fnatic's hands. So looks like Astralis will not be able to do too well in this round. Just Device trying to survive, and he's doing a good job of it so far. There's 2 frags. How much do Fnatic want to invest in trying to kill Device? I think they're done. I think they've had enough.
Well, you have to wonder. I think he is going for the save. I don't think we're going to see any ninjas on this particular round. We did have Flusher try one on Mirage earlier in the tournament, but I think Device is happy to just try and save the Sorp and stop it from getting in JW's hands.
Yeah, and Fnatic, they invested 2 players to try to kill him. They don't have any money. They need all 3 remaining players to survive. So it's a nice little investment initially, but they didn't really bite off more than they could chew, so that's good to see from Fnatic. So 8-1. Now it's the dangerous moment where Astralis can still field a buy, and obviously Fnatic have to spend pretty much all their money. So there is the issue that they could get reset if they lose this round. And if Fnatic get reset in this kind of situation, Astralis probably go up to 11 or 12 rounds.
Indeed, but there are many rewards to be had if Astralis are broken as well. So we'll see who comes out on top. This time we're going to have Fnatic with loads of nades, which we haven't seen for a while. All of armor as well, which is a bonus. But they didn't manage to steal that AWP for JW, who is back into connector as per usual. So we've got nades flying all over the place from both teams. We'll see where this leaves them in terms of map control. We have 3 players for the T's around the B bomb site area. Flusher is susceptible to being picked off here, but there's a double peek coming in with a great flashbang, and it's going to pay off. Dennis taking down Device.
Yeah, now just 2 players left on the B bomb site, and Astralis do have 2 players on a long, so it would be quite painful if they had to rotate those guys from long straight into the site. There wouldn't really be too much time. The rotation is so long if the B side is lost. But Fnatic doing the really smart thing here. They're getting the man advantage, and they're going to just reposition and force 2 to a site or catch somebody from Astralis if he's rotating, if he's out of position. Fnatic can try to exploit that, but Astralis with such great discipline, and they are really maintaining these strong setups. We can see that towards a long right now. They haven't moved a muscle. Will it pay off? Karrigan takes down Olive, but the trade comes in. How many Fnatic players will it take? Looks like it's just going to take 2. So 3 versus 2 is now the situation as Fnatic barrel into the A bomb site, sending JW in. Cajun B under a lot of pressure here. Heavy fire from JW as they wrap around the bomb site to try to finish him off. What a round hit from Fnatic. Explosive stuff onto the A site to secure it, and they will be out of the danger zone. They won't be reset, at least not in this round.
So Astralis have a decision to make. Their money is quite ropey indeed. Dupree on 2,200. At the upper end, Karrigan and Zipex with 3,850 in the bank. Seems we're going to go the conservative route and buy the odd pistol here and there, try and do some damage, maybe more. But generally they're going to be ecoing for the following round. So again, this is a great opportunity for Fnatic to continue their momentum. JW finally gets the AWP he was looking for, and it's taken from Dupree, so he's going to save some money. So let's have a look at what the CTs are up to here. We've got Dupree and Device in the connector position, just waiting for an unruly T to come in and get shot in the face. But they have the potential to be flanked. Never mind that. Dupree with a double dink there. Crims has had his bell rung.
Wow, I'm not even sure how he found that angle. That's pretty godlike stuff there from Dupree. And this is where things can begin to get a little bit awkward. I have to see if Fnatic can stop bleeding out players here and get some positioning on towards the site.
Look at Cajun B though, he's pushed short B, so he can tell his teammates that it's very likely to be the site where they have indeed stacked 4 players between connector and the toilet. Zipex watching long just in case, but Karrigan, Dupree and Device are going to be covering party and connector respectively. Even got a trade situation for the CTs here. Device isn't flashed despite Dupree being. Are they going to check the corner? This could be very painful indeed. Device doesn't get a single frag though. Cajun B coming in now. 1 for him. Almost gets 2 at a CZ, but it's not going to be enough. Zipex versus 3. Flusher and Olofmeister heavily tagged. Zipex with a P250 could still do a lot of work here. The AWP is down though. If he comes across it, he has a decision to make. Does he go for the save?
There's so many guns there. There's so many juicy weapons, but Dennis is going to finish it off. That was really dangerous there. It felt like the peak was a little bit too premature, but of course we have all the information. And that could easily have been a one-on-one at the end there, which would have been really horrendous for Fnatic, because their money, they're still building that bank at the moment. And Astralis on 8 rounds already, so they actually have a lot of comfort. They can still keep playing aggressive and trying things out.
They can indeed. They've brought down to within a few $100s. More dust in their pockets than money at the moment. Device is going to be back on the AWP. All the players have armor, and they're going to change up the setup now. So Device is going to be looking towards long, towards the boulder on long. They'll be looking for short B wall bangs. So in the meantime, we've got dupreeh in the toilets, and Karrigan's rotated over towards the balcony area of B. So a completely different setup. This is like plan B from Astralis.
Yeah, they have so many different ways of playing this map, and it really is hard to read. fnatic going for some just a slower play, just taking some map control again, seeing if they can get an early duel or so, early trade before being able to later on hit a bomb site. And with the 2 ops as well, they're definitely going to take their time in this one, investing a lot of money in getting an early pick. Now, Device is the one towards along with the AWP for Astralis, but he's not seen any action just yet. It's dupreeh. He's probably heard of just a bit of stepping towards the stairs. But fnatic are yet to really show their hand.
55 seconds left on the clock, and flusha is starting to move into short B, but just at the same time, KGB and Zipex are starting to move into short B. So we're going to have a meeting of the minds here, and Zipex is going to be the first to go down. flusha doesn't get punished for reloading. KGB is a bit too deep. There is a flank coming in from dupreeh, but they've lost 2 players to have Astralis, so it needs to come in fast.
Yeah, it's going to be on to KGB now. He needs to get a couple of frags here. This is really, really hard. 3 players will be peeking. There's 1 frag. There's the second. Not the third, but that was enough damage. And now Karrigan, he just had to delay for the flank to come in time. Karrigan with a lot on his shoulders at the moment. A lot of pressure. There's the first shot, though. flusha gets dropped immediately. And now it's down to Dennis to win this one-on-one. But Karrigan, too strong. The in-game leader of Astralis is going to secure it. And they're going to bounce straight back, only allowing fnatic a couple rounds before silencing them once again.
fnatic could go for a force here. Some of the players have got about 6,800 in the bank, but then some have about 2,300. Indeed, the force is going to come out. 2 AKs, an AWP, and 2 Tech 9s. Olofmeister and Crims will be looking to pick up some weapons as they go along. Things are strained for both teams. You see that KGB has a FAMAS. There's basically no money on either side, so this round is going to be crucial, despite there being just a few rounds left in the first half.
Absolutely, and fnatic had a great game plan previously, but you can see the game sense from the players like dupreeh there, knowing just the perfect timing to push along to get extra information and to provide a flank potential to strengthen his team's round. And we'll have to see if fnatic can catch Astralis off guard for once.
fnatic didn't really see the entire setup of Astralis in the previous round. We see Device continues in long with dupreeh in the toilets. Again, Karrigan is going to be switching between A and B at the moment. Going to see if anything's going on towards toilets as we see fnatic continue to take the map control. Olofmeister trying to jump peek, but he's going to get taken down regardless. JW, though, to trade.
Yeah, that trade is going to be very important for fnatic. We've still just a minute left to play with. Good stuff from JW, but also from dupreeh to win the 1v1 against Olofmeister. dupreeh is having a great game so far. And a bit of a trade action towards B there. And that is actually going to send fnatic in for the push. KGB, a lot to deal with, too much to chew on, it seems, as JW picks up another kill in this round. Now it's going to be down to Karrigan and Device. And the rotation from A. This is going to be tough. JW again in with another shot onto Device. And Karrigan is going to be sent home, it would seem. And fnatic winning a very crucial round. And also crucially surviving with 3 players.
Even more so, the money has been reset from Astralis, losing 3 rounds in a row, winning 1, and then getting absolutely wrecked by JW. So their money is going to be pretty poor. With 2 rounds left, they'll have a decision to make if they choose to force or try and eco for the final round. fnatic getting to a respectable score now. That's pretty important. We'll see if Karrigan goes to pick up the AWP. We know what a dab hand he is with that. And
as far as what we're seeing from Astralis, they seem really, really disciplined and focused at the moment, and they're playing their game. Not really taking. There's no risk that they're taking which aren't outside of their game plan. Everything looks like they're so comfortable, and that's really great to see when it's a bunch of players like Astralis, which is so good. It's usually the psychological kind of breakdown when they start to play outside of their game, when some players start missing some shots and playing underperforming because of the pressure. That's when we start to see Astralis losing the matches. But right now they're really giving fnatic a good game, and instead putting that pressure onto fnatic. fnatic can't get that confidence going, and there's a lot of confidence players on the team.
So Astralis opting for the eco, having next to no money in this round. It's about 1,900 on the team. So we'll see. This can be a good map for stacking sites when you're on the eco, playing the close quarters, as it can be a bit fiddly on the sites if you're not brim with Molotovs. There are 2 mollies on the fnatic side. And again, they're going to play the waiting game and give Astralis an opportunity to serve themselves up, walking the plank, etc. But again, Astralis playing pretty deep at the moment. I'm not seeing any initial aggression towards B. There's a bit of a rotation coming in towards the A site, leaving Zipex alone, but no indication whatsoever as to where fnatic might be going.
Yeah, we'll have Astralis just milling around the toilets at the moment, and fnatic trying to play that anti-eco. And there's lots of strategies you can go with, and if they're going with a classic, this could be, you know, somewhat easy for Astralis to predict. But even if you know it's coming, that kind of movement from the Swedes, it's still hard to stop. You know, it's hard to trade against them when they've all got their backs against the wall and they're all there with rifles. It's going to be a tough job. And Flusher will already be finding one frag on Dupree. And I think the stepping has been heard of fnatic by Astralis, so Astralis have confirmed what's going on. But can they get the frags? They've only got pistols here at the moment to deal with. And here goes Dennis, here goes the rest of fnatic, just piling into these CTs. There's Carrigan with the M4, picking up 3 kills already. Beautiful stuff there, a 4th from Carrigan. All of a sudden, Flusher's left with 8 HP and no teammates to speak of. 20 seconds left in the round as well. Somehow Astralis are pulling this one out of the bag. I have no idea how they've accomplished this, but Carrigan is on point in this match. So right now Zipex is waiting for the perfect moment, wants to hear those beeps, and there it is. Slight repositioning from him now, and also expecting his teammate to come in. Carrigan is still full HP, can attack Flusher from behind. Flusher picks off Zipex, he can't hold off Flusher for long enough. Now another one-on-one, can Flusher make it happen? He can't! What an ace coming out of Carrigan. In-game leader, master of all it would seem, or a rifle. This guy is on fire.
Dennis tried to get a plant in the middle of the firefight, completely exposed to the players and toilets. I don't know if that was a miscommunication, but nowhere was safe because Zipex was still rotating from the B bomb site. He was basically in the stairs where Carrigan is standing now, so there was nowhere they had to plant the bomb. What a massive 5K by the in-game leader, talisman of Astralis. Absolutely beast. It shows you the power of one saved rifle, Dan. That was nasty. A round they had no right to win. He cared none for fnatic's ideas there, and look what that's done to the fnatic economy. Olaf Mice is on a Mac 10, Dan, and they've got double deagles onto Flusher and Crims. Dennis on a Galil. It's a bit of a mess over there.
Absolutely, and JW, he's naked with the AWP, no Kevlar to speak of. So, yeah, it's not optimal, that is for sure, but let's see what they can get done. Olaf Mice are going in with the Mac 10. Of course, he's going to be that sacrificial lamb for the team, but he's not going to be able to accomplish much. He can't really enable a trade, so it's a free frag in the end. fnatic down a man, and perhaps thinking about that B-bomb side once again. Have to see if they can get the openings that they need to make it happen. Of course, they do have a selection of grenades, but lack of Molotovs is always going to be a little bit sad when you try to hit this site.
Well, Astralis are well prepared with 3 people on the B bomb site at the moment. We've got the counter flashes slowing the T's down. That was going to help stop the JW from getting in work, but Dennis has opened the proceedings there on the B bomb site, taking down Zipex, moving up to get a nice angle there. Dink, and he's going to finish him off as well. Cage and B going down. Trades, however, 3 versus 3. The site once again split in half, but this time fnatic are a little bit closer to the bomb site. Carrigan's rotating in from upper as well. See if he can help his teammate to look over those smokes. fnatic still jockeying for position. JW gets the numbers in his team's advantage. You see a boost coming in from Dupree, but no frags for him. It's going to be really hard in this final round. They have no choice but to go for it.
Yeah, around the fnatic should never win. They are pulling it out of the bag now just when they needed to, but can they make it happen, pull it over the line for the last one of the first half? Device and Dupree are bearing down on the bomb site now. Dupree jumping into the water. Let's see if he can check for some close angles, but Crims is on the bomb site there. It's going to send Dupree back, and Device can't quite find the angles he needs here. He's going to have to go close as well to aid his teammate. Device with nothing to speak of now. It's 5 HP left on him. Looks like fnatic have pulled it off. Stealing away rounds.
Ring around the bomb site, Dan. It's a bit dangerous.
Yeah, it's pretty back and forth. It's great to see after fnatic lost that round previous, because the way that they lost it against USPs and 1 rifle, that hurts the morale. That puts a little bit of a dent in the morale. And then to win a round where you're not expected to directly afterwards, that's going to bring them back up again. Yeah,
I was going to say, they know that they are the best team in the world, but when you go up against a team like that, and you get aced by the one person who has a rifle, that's got to be a bit dejecting. But then to come back and say, no, this is our round. You took our round, we'll take your round. Then perhaps that gets them back in the right frame of mind. They're going to have 2 minutes here to recompose themselves, and that's for both teams. I think 10-5. Will Astralis be happy with that?
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, this is a map they're very comfortable with playing, and also it's just the way that they got the 10-5. All the players are hitting their shots. Everyone is playing comfortably. Their game plan is obviously working. You can see a lot of setups that they've obviously prepared going into this match. You can see a lot of timings and that they've been pushing towards the A side of the way that they've been getting information on that CD side. They just look so comfortable. Everything is going their way. So I would be surprised for them to have a bad T half.
It was not an enjoyable half for Olofmeister, who went 3 for 14. So we'll see if he can get back to his normal winning ways in the second half. Flusha top of the leaderboard with JW actually with the highest frags, but Flusha's getting them MVP stars. Is that a dinosaur? Well, I don't know what that is.
I'm not sure, to be honest. A monstrosity, James.
It's a fox. There we go. Got some Olofmeister fans.
Lite svenska. I'm not going to try reading that, but I could put
Yeah,
it
I think you should try reading that.
It's too late now, James. I've been saved. I've been saved from embarrassment.
Producer can make it happen. I know he can. Dan thinks he's... There we go. Go on.
Well, that's all in English, James, so it's all good. It's all good.
Hey, Twitch, MLG, CSGO Major. It's like...
So you're
Let's just move on, Dan.
You're Swenglish.
Let's just move on. Astralis going to start on the T side now. So Fnatic have had their warm-up. I would say I love you too, but I don't know who you are. Sorry. So Fnatic on with 5 rounds on the CT side. They chose to start on the T side and have their warm-up, so they're coming in warm now. Pistols are obviously going to be massively important. Let's see who gets the headshots on this occasion.
Yeah, everyone's just going straight for it at the moment, all the way down into connector. It's a complete bloodbath in their bodies all over the place. And it's going to be Fnatic this time around who are going to be standing tall. But it is the B-bomb site that Astralis have. They can get a plant too. So at the very least, they're going to get the money in the bag. But can they get the round as well? Still one player hiding. It's Crims. Oh, wow. How on earth did he not pick that one up? It's going to be tough now for Device. In fact, Flush is just going to go straight in.
Oh, no.
The teabag.
The teabags. We've got a Typhoon tea. That's definitely not green tea, Dan. Looks a bit more brown.
Oh, my God.
Oh, we've got teabags all over the place. Flush is actually just walking on all the carcasses.
But James.
We got mad teabags, Dan.
But where's the 360?
Dan, we had tea in the caster room, and then somebody removed the machine. It seems Flusher has it, Dan. Because we've got teabags all over the place. Look at him. He loves it. That is disgusting. I thought we'd get a replay of the teabag, actually. That would be more interesting.
I think we are, James.
Oh, we are.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go. There's no milk in that teabag.
All right. So back in this one now. 10-6 is the score. Astralis will be losing the initial round, but at least they pick up the bomb plant. So that's the money there. They can play the AKs. In the following round, they've decided to only stick a Deagle on Dupree and a couple PT50s. So what they'd really love in this round, considering that there are no nades and they are buying this round anyway, the bomb plant's not super important, but keeping the money down for Fnatic. If they get 2 more frags here, Fnatic will be set to an eco if Astralis win the next round. So that's what they're playing for, and that's already 1 frag.
Fnatic are looking for body bags. Unfortunately, Flusher is the first one to go in. He's been zipped up, as has Cajun B. But again, the gun has not been collected. It's being protected by Fnatic, and Olofmeister will go and pick it up and upgrade the FAMAS that he had. So let's have a look at the layout of the Ts at the moment. We've got Zipex. He's taken control of short B, which allows Astralis to try and bum rush the site, as we were saying in the UK. We see the rotation of the Ts coming into his direction. We've got a smoke down in the monster position. And they're moving towards the B-bomb side. We've still got 2 CTs on either side. JW and Olofmeister are a few seconds away, and there we go. Dupree with another headshot with Deagle, and now it's going to be difficult for Fnatic to hold here.
It's getting a little bit awkward indeed. Oh, they're jumping over the top into Dennis. It's going to go down straight away by Water. Now JW's coming in, wondering what the hell's going on. Olofmeister from up top as well has to combine with the sniper, who's without a sniper rifle at the moment. There goes the flash in, and Olofmeister is going to try to get himself some frags done now, as JW is maybe afforded a bit of space to move in close to these Ts, but they're all over the place. Olofmeister will pick up one. Can he get the second? It's Dupree with the frag, as JW now scrambles to try to get something done here, jumping across with that rifle, spraying frantically. He'll pick one up, but it's just Dupree left. The bomb is ticking away quite rapidly now, and Dupree has got the Deagle in hand. Oh, the hold comes in. Pros don't fake. JW, what a man. He never had any doubt, James. Maybe he did.
after 50-50. I thought Astralis had the rounds, but fnatic somehow keep themselves in the game. If they lost that round, then you had to be looking at 1-0 to Astralis here, but no, they were absolutely denied. fnatic closed the gap to 3 rounds now. We have the buy coming out from Astralis. They got bonus money in that round. They worked with very, very little indeed. We've got JW going for the smoke. That goes into the monster tunnel. Maybe we can follow it and see if it gets there in time. There are 2 teams actually quite close to it. He will be successful. We saw, I think it was Get Right who did it for NIP in the previous match, and he missed it completely. But indeed, that's the, I would say, preferred side of Monster that you want to smoke, because if you put the smoke down, that goes onto the CT side. And as we saw from Olofmeister, the T's can punish you for it.
Absolutely, and right now, James, we see a Max 7 on the Olof.
Nice.
But yeah, he's been a bit quiet this match so far, so it'd be quite cool to see if he can get back in it with this Mag 7. But Astralis taking it really slow at the moment, and it's cool to see a really slow pace from them in this round, just to kind of feel things out, see how the map is, see how the setups are for fnatic. However, that said, they are not really controlling much of A long or toilets at the moment, and that's information that fnatic do have, because Olofmeister is in position to hear anything there. But here goes Cajun B into position. Oh no! In with the mag. It's just 1 frag though. Carrigan gets the trade, and a bit of spray through the wooden panel there is going to tag Crims down a little bit too. So fnatic under pressure. The site is going to be under attack now as well. Dennis by the barrels. There's no grenades for it, but it doesn't matter. AK-47's coming in, and it is brutal. Crims responds with 2 frags though, keeping fnatic in the round.
Got Flusher and Crims with a crossfire, but it's going to be hard for them to peek and find anything as the bomb gets planted. Carrigan is heavily tagged, and it seems Flusher's going for the high ground, which might be useful as we have smokes coming out. We've got Device who's looking for a pick with the AWP, and Flusher's just waiting for a T to serve themselves up for him. The timing, though, is absolutely unreal. 2 versus 1 now. Crims, we know that he is very capable of the clutch. He's got no nades left, has a kit, but he's got 2 to 5, and this is going to be extremely hard for him. Time is ticking as well. Surely he can't get both kills. Trying to push short, he can hear him, can Carrigan. And he's not going to find the right angle at the right time, but he's going to get a kill regardless, and probably save, because the defuse is going to be too late now. Damage done to the Astralis side, but fnatic have lost another round.
Yeah, a bit of frustration indeed. It's not really panning out super well for them in that sense. And I have to see if they can bounce back. It does feel like consistently they're in the spot where they just have to find some way to bounce back into this one, that these rounds that they should be winning, they keep slipping away in
well, Dan, the problem is
ways.
The only place they can bounce to is the pawn shop, because they've got no money to buy anything at the moment, which means that Astralis are very likely to go to 12. It seems, are we going to see a force coming out? We saw Crims drop a FAMAS for one of his teammates. We'll see. Olofmeister still got 2,600 in the hole. He's going for the Mag 7 again, so they have chosen to force up. They've got nothing left in the bank, Dan.
Yeah, this is a little bit awkward, isn't it? And I mean, if they could win a round like this with weaponry like this, then it's going to be a big boost, but how on earth are they going to pull it off? Astralis as well, you know, they're going to be considering the money, they're going to be reading it and then trying to apply a strategy, so they might be a little bit surprised by it. We'll have to see. You can see it from them right now, and if they are thinking of going for, you know, fast B here, that is a good way to do an anti-force buy.
Yeah, but they would have had to do that from T-spawn more or less. They don't have control of short B, as you can see here. Dennis is holding very close. There's no flashbang coming in for the T's. Oh yes, there is. Carrigan is going to get Dennis regardless of him looking away. Trades coming in, favouring Astralis. There's still a rifle and a Mag 7 on the CTs. Olofmeister looking to do some dirty business, but he's going to get cleaned up by Cajun B. 4 versus 2 now. JW with the Deagle. He needs to find one, at least, well, probably 2 headshots here to give his team a chance. Looking for it, not going to find it. Flusher now. Last man standing, may have to save. This match is brought to you by the letters F and R for fully wrecked, because it looks like Astralis are charging towards game 1, Dan. Yeah,
it does look like that's going to happen. And fnatic next round, I mean, it's pretty much a full save. And so yeah, Astralis probably going to be looking at 12, 13 rounds easily now. And fnatic, they never really look incredibly into this match so far. But you never know. You can never count fnatic out of all teams. fnatic find a way. I think they mentioned it on the desk. They're one of the teams that always are very adept at finding adaptations within a match. If they're having a struggle, if players are underperforming or their setups aren't working, they're one of the best teams at making it work on the fly. So if there's any team to bring it back, it would be fnatic.
So Flusher, the last man standing for his team, will be most of what they have to muster in the following rounds. You can see the rest of his team only have around $2,000 in the bank. We've got things being thrown into the crowds at the moment.
Where's my swag, James? We are swagless over here, over on this side.
I have swag. Oh. I am swag. It's not my fault you're poverty, mate.
All right, well, here we go. We're back into it. 12-7 is the scoreline. The Danes, Astralis, in the Scandinavian face-off are having a better time of overpass so far, and it looks like Dupree is going to be getting himself straight in there. Oh, but Olofmeister are actually spotting it here, and I mean, even though if they know what is actually going to be coming and hitting them, what are they going to defend with? They've got nothing to speak of. It's just pistols, apart from Flusher, who's got the FAMAS, and Astralis will take the B-bomb site with ease. Maybe Crims can get a sneaky frag or two, but otherwise, looks like a pretty easy cleanup, as expected for Astralis.
Yeah, not much to be done here by the Fnatic side, other than Flusher saving what little he has. FAMAS and Kevlar will be helpful going into the following round. Again, his team have about $2,000 in the bank. They'll get $2,400 at the end of this round. So they'll be walking a thin line there.
Yeah, I mean, at least, as you say, Flusher can drop that FAMAS, buy a new rifle, get some grenades. So there will be grenades in the next round for them, but I mean, what is the solution going to be? Are they going to tighten up onto the bomb side? So they're going to play more aggressively? Because at this point, you'd expect them to think that some sort of risk is the order of the day.
Yeah, aggression will need to be seen, as Fnatic need early advantages here. So let's see what kind of buy they have coming out. Are they going to go for the M4s, or are they going to go for the FAMASs and get some more grenades? They've still got a reasonable amount of grenades, actually. Got 4 smoke grenades coming out. Fair few flashes, the 1 Molotov onto Flusher and the 1 defuse kit onto Flusher as well. So let's see if they can hold the advance of Astralis, who are marching towards a game 1. We knew they were super solid on overpass, the Astralis side, and it's going to be hard not to favor them on this particular map.
And it's a really big deal that JW can never get an AWP in his hands. That's a massive disadvantage for Fnatic on the CT side of overpass. But for now, we're going to see Astralis putting some pressure in, light map control plays towards the A side of the map. And Fnatic are playing rather close to the toilets areas, so they can very well get that early round advantage. Need to win that frag, and it's going to be Dupree. Once again, Astralis with the early advantage. But JW, is going to be sticking around here, seeing if he can get the trades. And this is a very risky play from him, but they need to go big or go home at this point on overpass.
But look at Cage and B and his teammate. JW is in a position to flank them. He's got 1 kill, not going to get the second one. Has 2 men taking him down. That's some information at least for the remaining Fnatic players, as everyone seems to be headed towards the A site. There are smokes everywhere, Dan. We've got counter flashes coming out as well. The bomb should get planted though. Dennis had a chance to get 2, doesn't get any, and Fnatic are in a lot of trouble. But there are many heavily tagged players on the Astralis side. Those smokes disappearing. 2 frags coming in quickly for a Fnatic. 2 versus 2 now. The defuse kit's on the floor somewhere. No nades to smoke off the bomb. They need to find these frags, and Astralis are very far back indeed.
Yeah, this is such a tough situation with the bomb planted there, facing the toilets. You can see that Fnatic know exactly what's up here. There's even a smoke ready for Zipex, but he's got Crims pushing his position. Zipex is going to smash Crims with that AK, leaving Olofmeister in a very hard spot. He's going to get the first frag, taps the bomb. Will Zipex go for it? Goes for the quick peek, and there's just not enough time for Olofmeister to do this. It's such a hard position to be in as a CT, and once again, Astralis are going to pull it over the line and grab themselves that 14th round. 14-7. What a scoreline. I did not expect it to be like this on overpass.
We have had 4 explosions in a row and 2 defuse kits. Basically, the bomb's been planted every round of this half, and a fair few times in the previous. So Astralis are having a lot of success on the T side, and it may continue here as we have a force coming out from Fnatic. Flusher's on the AWP, and we have JW on the Mag 7. Flusher's going to be going over towards long, and JW will be in the connector position. She has been playing a bit of on both sides. Instantly smoked off by the T, so he's not going to have much to do for the time being. Meanwhile, we've got a fast push into B from Astralis.
Yeah, I love this. They're just walking out there, and there's the Molotov standing in the flames. Crims gets out of there, though, with a frag as well. That's a really good response. And now Olofmeister gets flashed in towards the monster. Fnatic are retaking control of the monster area. Just great play from the Swedes so far, as they really are able to just stop this push from Astralis. And Astralis now, they have the good cognizance to be able to, within the chaos, say, all right, guys, this is not panning out. Let's rethink this round now. Unfortunately for them, they didn't get any frags, but what they did do is put 4 players to 50% health or less, which is kind of a big deal as well.
There's a lot of money on most of the Astralis players as well, so there's little reason for them to not try and do as much damage as possible. The bomb has been left, though, in an extremely passive position, which is going to be a problem, especially with only 2 players left. Device is going to head over and grab it. So 45 seconds left on the clock. Still no Fnatic players down. They will understand the importance of taking as many Fnatic players with them as they possibly can. And it looks like they're going to go for a push towards the upper bomb site. But JW has a gun which fires 7 shells at once, Dan.
Indeed. There's a lot of nades actually on Astralis, but wow, Device picking up a headshot there. Oh no, KGB getting a backstab on JW. And let's see if they can make it happen now. There's not a lot of time. They are playing against the clock. 15 seconds. I don't think the Device can stop running. He's got to just go straight for the plant right now. There's 3 players here. He's going for a quick engagement. Oh my goodness, pulling the crosshair with that spray. Finds the headshot, as does KGB. Tapping away, using the Molotov now to try to put the pressure on Crims. And Crims goes down to the Device.
Are you serious?
What a ridiculous clutch with 15 seconds left, sprinting all the way. Somehow Astralis, they are surely just destined to win this map.
That is absolutely insane. Again, part of it is going to come down to all the damage that was done earlier on in the round by their fallen teammates. So it made those frags a little bit easier. But a 2 versus 5 clutch. That, I mean, look at the Crim's face. He's like, this is not happening right now.
Yeah,
but it is
deflated right now. That's for sure.
What a way to potentially lose the map as well going into the second.
Yeah, and on the CT side, they've been continually in a spot where they don't have the setups because they don't have the weapons that they want or the grenades. This is always a struggle for Fnatic. And Device is going to pick off Flusher immediately at the start of the round. They're going aggressive. Dennis, great stuff there. 2 frags found with the M4 towards A-Long. And finally, Fnatic putting the hurt back onto Astralis.
Man advantage for the CT side, but they haven't really been able to upgrade any of the weaponry they have. So they're still rolling with 2 Mag 7s and 2 M4s. They've got just the 1 flashbang onto JW. Maybe they can get it in a position where his teammates with rifles can punish. HLTV coming in, and that is going to make things strongly in Fnatic's advantage. Now we see the rifle upgrades coming out. Dennis has got an AK-47. Still more damage to be done though by Astralis. Never mind that, the bomb's been taken down, and the teammates of Olofmeister can converge on that position. 1 minute for Device to do as much damage as possible. Misses the shot. We'll see if the orb can be rescued for the CT side. Down but not out are Fnatic.
Yeah, Dennis has had enough of this, James. Just great kills there on A-Long. That really set Fnatic up in that round. But there's still so much more work to be done, and it's map point here for the Danes of Astralis. And, you know, there's so much that they can throw at Fnatic still. You know, they have so many rounds in advantage. They can get really creative and do some really crazy stuff. And we've seen them do some crazy stuff already, just walking on to B with 3 players. And Fnatic always under this pressure, and they need to get that confidence going. And maybe Dennis can provide a bit of breathing room now. JW's going to hit 2 players going down through, and Crims and Dennis will pick up the frags as well, as Astralis are keeping the pace up on high towards B.
Lots of trades going in the short B area. And they have a potential to get flanked. Device unlucky not to get any frags there, but wrong place, wrong time. JW takes him down. And this is going to be a big problem for the economy of Astralis should they lose this round now. The bomb's in the B bomb site. The flash not working out either. And Dupree, again, it's going to come down to a situation where he needs to do as much damage as possible. There's nothing in the bank for the T's if they lose this round. So Fnatic have an opportunity to catch up, and we know what they're capable of. So this is definitely not over yet. If they can survive with 4 players as well, then they will have more utility going into future rounds.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Dupree's in this spot where he's just concerned about punishing Fnatic if they get a little bit too greedy. Fnatic have no reason to push at the moment. They don't really gain much from killing Dupree, to be honest. And but what they stand to lose is quite significant. And there it is. Olofmeister picks up the kill as Dupree goes for the face. And he won't pick up the frag. Dupree, though, has had a really phenomenal overpass, to be honest, overall. He is top fragging for Astralis up there with Device and Carrigan. Everyone on Astralis really, you know, pulling their weight.
Everyone on the Astralis has also broke that. So Fnatic 6 round behind have an opportunity. They've got 2 AKs as well, which would definitely help, and they do have some strong aimers on their team. Almost pure Glocks in this round. That's a great flash to cause problems to the Astralis side, moving around the playground area. Fnatic playing deep for the time being. JW spotting some plays, and he will control the party. Ooh, indeed. See if you can get any more. JW maybe biting the cherry one too many times. The rifle's being picked up as well, so now fnatic have a problem. There's 2 players here as well. Olofmeister's coming in for a bit of help, though. So the AK is down on the T side. AK is up on device, but it's 1 versus 4, and that will be that. Dennis coming in with the final 2 headshots.
Yeah, JW is looking really good at the moment. Not really too phased, and that's always good to see when JW's. Of course, you know, of all the players that need the confidence, it's definitely JW when he finally gets the open hand, because some of the kinds of plays that he makes require confidence and then some. But 15-10 and fnatic begin to close the gap, and double AWP is the play of the day here for fnatic. Olofmeister and JW picking those AWPs up, and this is going to be a completely different round from the rounds we've seen from fnatic, where they've just never had money.
So we had Olofmeister try to smoke off but the monster tunnel, but he failed, and Crims had to use his smoke straight away, basically. So that may play a part in the round a bit later on. Ideally, Crims would have been re-smoking it, and they would have had it smoked off for a much longer time, but that's not going to be the case. Olofmeister is actually going to go and have a peek towards it with AWP, but not making connections. Apex saw his feet, but nobody is going to go down. You see JW holding long with his AWP as well. He has people to find, but Device is going to be the first to strike. We've got Trace coming in with Flusher, going to the Tech 9, not fast enough though. Dupree takes him down, and now fnatic have a problem. 3 versus 4.
Yeah, how are they going to save themselves here now? Because they don't know exactly where Astralis are going to go. Astralis are going to play this as any top-tier team would and just take their time and create enough doubt for fnatic. And if fnatic want the information, they'll have to push for it. And if they do that, there's a lot of risk that they get caught out of position. And Astralis, you know, they're just holding and expecting that information play, it would seem, and looking to try to get the punish in. And here goes Olofmeister. Is he going to run into Cajun B or any other players who are nearby? Looks like he will. One spot. Cajun B coming out of the stairs, picks up the kill onto Dennis. That's just 2 men left now for fnatic. Olofmeister's got to get something out of this AWP and P250 that he has. And he is going for some crazy plays here. Let's see if he can pull something off now. Able to actually somehow create some sort of a flank situation, and Crims on the bomb side as well. This is absolute madness. What can they get done here? Oh no! Crims is down straight away by Dupree. Olofmeister, great flick onto Carrigan, but he will get backstabbed himself by Zipex. 16-10, and Astralis will find themselves the victors of map 1 in this round of 8 match against fnatic on Overpass.
Astralis win their pick, and we will head over to Mirage. Sorry, Cash. We will head over to Cash, which was the pick of fnatic. So there's a tougher test ahead for the Astralis side. We'll see if they are up for the challenge, but definitely a great start. Great for confidence. Again, I think there was a stat where fnatic had won 13 of the last 15 times they had played Astralis, so that is definitely going to be a boost, a cushion going forward, but they can't take it for granted because fnatic are the best team in the world. We're going to head over to some commercials, guys, and we will see you back here for map 2 in just a few minutes.